What is going on, my Sea Ninjas? Today we're going to be doing something different. We are not going to be reviewing this Vegeta figure. We're going to be doing a custom. So I already have this Vegeta figure. If you want to see the review, I'll put it here. I bought this one right here on Amazon for a custom paint job. What are we going to do with it? We're going to try to make an Ultra Ego custom. Now, I got this on Amazon. It came yesterday. I already reviewed it. It's a pretty good figure. It's cheap. Let's take this plastic off. Now, before we do the Ultra Ego paint, first we're gonna take off the faceplate. First, we're gonna use some white paint for the hair because his hair is black, and if I put purple straight on, it might be too dark. So first, we're gonna put some white on his. Use some white. I got some paint brushes. Dip my paintbrush in. Let's start painting. Let's get all his hair, or try to for now. For now, we're just going to do a little base coat of white. Not the cleanest job, but this is just the first coat. I hadn't done a custom in years, so hopefully this will end up being good. I mean, the white isn't really the main focus. It's going to be the purple that I'll use later on. The white is just so that when I put the purple on, it won't be so dark, and if I want it darker, I could add more layers of purple. I think we've done enough with this hair for now. Now let's move on to the faces. Moving on to the faces, I taped off all the faces so I won't get any paint on them. Now let's get started. Brushing upwards, just as light strokes. Be careful around the face area. Brushing upwards is the way to go to avoid any paint mishaps. We'll leave this alone for now. Let that dry. Next face. Good thing I taped off the faces, because if not, this would have been a disaster. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no. It's just a little bit of paint. I'm sure I could have swiped off layer. Dun, 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 dun. That's enough for this face. Time to move on to the next. In case anyone is wondering where I got the paint and brushes from, I got them from Michael's. It's like a arts and crafts store. Alright, this face is done. Now time for this face. Alright, here we go. Dip, dip, dip. Dip, 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 dip. A little bit too much paint. Let's scrape some off. Well, slow and steady. And we're done for today. Let me put this on gently. Alright, we're done for today. Today we just put white paint on the hair. I'll be back tomorrow after work, see how it dries, and maybe tomorrow we'll move on to the pearl paint. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it's the next day. I did a few layers of white paint and I let it dry overnight. Now today I got the purple paint here. This is the paint I'm using. Now let's try it. Get a brush in there, dip, 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 dip. Okay, this is why I put the white paint on beforehand, so it would be bright, and if I wanted darker I could add more layers if I wanted to, because if I just put it straight on the black hair, it probably would have been too dark. So the white paint was just a base. Let's get these little crevices. Paint this. Alright, I think I got most of it or all of it, so we're gonna set this to the side to let it dry, and if necessary I will add more layers as the hours go by. Next, let's go and move on to the faces. Luckily I taped them off and I added more layers of white, so it will be like a solid white. The best way to paint, in my opinion, is upwards for this. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. Wow. Okay. We'll paint the back another time. We're just gonna set this here to dry. Next face. Be careful here. Set this face off to the side. Next face. Got. Oh no. Okay, good. Let's just wipe that off. Got some paint on the forehead. Don't worry, I'll sand out a layer. Or maybe use some acetone. I don't know. Light strokes. Alright, last face. There we go. Okay, we painted all 4 faces and the hair sculpt. But while we wait for that, let's do something else. So here I got the Vegeta body. Now what am I gonna do? I want this to scream Ultra Ego, like he's outputting Ultra Ego energy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this very tiny thin brush and dip it gently, dip. And I'm gonna paint each little crevice like he's outputting Ultra Ego energy. This requires a steady hand. Wipe off the residue paint and repeat the process. Alright, gently, light strokes. Get some paint there. There we go. Dip. Wipe off the residue and repeat. There we go. Should we do it on the gloves, like on the wrinkles of the gloves? Just a little tiny bit. There we go. Time for the other arm. Alright, and just wipe off the residue. And there we go, we got some purple in there. Time for it to close just a small bit. There we go. We got some, painted some purple in the crevices of his muscles to look like he's glowing with Ultra Ego energy or Destroyer energy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly know what Ultra Ego is. So we'll check back on these in a few hours, maybe. Alright, so I had it drying for a couple of hours. Now I think his body has more than enough shading, although probably too much on the arms. Now we're gonna do another layer of purple on the hair and the faces. Let me get to my brush. Put these off to the side. Dip, dip, dip. Get all the spots I missed. Light, gentle strokes upwards. Alright, we're getting the hair. This might be the last layer. I don't know if we'll add another one. But it looks pretty good for now, so we'll just set this off to dry on the side. Here. Now let's do his faces. We're going to do the back of his hair. Just a quick dab of paint in the back of his hair. There we go. Now the main focus is the front. Solid purple, yes. I love it. I think this might be the final layer, hopefully. Set it off to the side. Alright, let me paint the back of the hair. Just a quick little dabs of paint here. Dry that off. And I think that's a good amount of purple. Yep, let me set this off to the side to dry. Alright, at the back. Alright. Alright, that's enough for this faceplate. Let me just smooth it out. Put that to the side, and the last face. Alright. Painting the white areas, a little big on the peg, no biggie. Alright, that's enough for that. Now let's do the front. Alright, we're gonna let these dry for a few hours and we'll move on to the faces. Either tonight or tomorrow, we'll move on to the faces. I'm going to let these dry for now. The purple paint for the body, I think I already added enough shading. Alright, let's set these off to dry and I'll see you guys in a few hours or tomorrow, depending on how fast it dries. Good morning. So, I scraped off the excess paints for the Vegeta faces. Now we're going to move on to the eyebrows and pupils and we'll finish it off. Got my trusty brush here. Dip. Now, I know what some of you guys are saying, that Ultra Ego doesn't have eyebrows. But you know what? I'm going to give him eyebrows anyways. Yeah, this one had a little bit too much paint. But you know, it's not the worst thing. Just gently stroke along. Give him purple eyebrows. I'm going to need a really small paintbrush to do the pupils. Just light, gentle strokes. Okay, his eyebrows are purple. I'll figure out how to do the pupils later. Next face. Oh, there we go. We don't want to overdo it with the paint. There we go. Gently wipe that off. Alright. And time for the last face. Alright, there's that one. And there we go, we painted the eyebrows. I'm going to leave these dry for an hour or so, and we'll see how it turns out. So here is the final product of Ultra Ego Vegeta. I know it's not the cleanest paint job in the world, since I am new at this. So here's his main head, and here are the faces I did. Personally, what do I rate this custom? I would say, as a first timer, I would say 6.5 out of 10. Whoops. 6.5 out of 10, I would rate my work. What do you guys think of my custom Ultra Ego Vegeta? It took me days to make. I worked my butt off making this. I had to have very steady hands to make this. But I'm proud of myself for doing this. Yeah, I am proud of myself. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Of doing me painting over the course of a few days to do this. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a huge like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. And comment down below what you think and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. I am proud of this custom.